Yeah, g'day folks and welcome back to the bush. Oh shit, yeah. It's magic to be back out. And back in some familiar ground here. We're in the vicinity of Inglewood at the moment. So we're in the northern Golden Triangle. About 2 hours-ish northwest of Melbourne. And we've been to this spot a few times now. If you look back at a few of the videos from the past, you'll see right there is where we found basically a little pocket of iron and crystally stuff all moulded in together. And quite a while back, just over there is where I found a nice little pocket of smoky quartz crystals. It's a really interesting place, this one, because we were first drawn here by courtesy of our geological maps, and it said that there was some workings out this way. And we came out here and our first thought when we got here was, yes, an ancient riverbed, because we're looking around at lots and lots of, I'm not near any at the moment, but we were looking around at patches like this. There's lots and lots of very river-worn quartz all over the place, but when we looked a little closer, not only were we finding river-worn crystals, but we started to find some nice, shiny, sharp-edged crystals that have definitely not travelled very far from the reef, which is what led us to that nice pocket of smoky quartz back there. All very pristine, clear crystals. But every time we've been here, it's been late in the day and we've only been able to spend a couple of hours, but we're here much earlier in the day today. And we're going to spend a bit of time exploring the area in depth. We'll try and bring you along for the process of trying to expand the knowledge of the place and work out where some of these crystals are coming from, and hopefully maybe even find the source in some bedrock somewhere. Tay's just looking in the workings over there, where it's been much more cleared, and they've had a lot of rain here recently, so we're hoping to see some fresh stuff. In the meantime, I'm just taking a walk up this little washout here because it gives us a chance to see the actual bedrock and see if there's any quartz veins actually in it. Some of the whitish bedrock that seems to have been associated with some of the crystals up further. Chicken in the bottom of the creek bed. Any signs of crystals whatsoever. So we're beyond the edge of the major workings where they've taken all the dirt away, and into where there's more smaller pits, just shallow workings. And this is a very mixed bag. There's very rough edged quartz that hasn't travelled far from the reef, sitting right beside river-worn stuff. So we're not far from a reef. Sometimes this is a little pile left behind by the old timers when they've worked out their little hole, and the rain over the years has washed away a lot of the dirt and left a lot of gravel behind. It's a good place to start looking. Oh, hello. Point thy camera, Jim. Ah, there is the rock. Oh, have a look at that. Very nice clear piece. Not much point to it, but... And that is river worn. See the soft edges. Teeny tiny clear scepter. Yeah, I want to focus on my eyeballs for a bit. I think I might come back to that later on with a sieve, but for now I've got more exploring I want to do. Yeah. Well, we've been exploring these old timers' workings for a little while now, and we've got a nice little handful of stuff. Kay's got a nice handful of stuff. But in the spirit of trying to find crystals at their source, I think it's time for us to get a little bit more aggressive. Try and see if we can't hunt a little bit away from the old timers' workings and find something a little more orogenic. Now it's a bit slow on the camera on this one because I do tend to get a bit excited sometimes, but we were just walking back to the car for a feed, and on the deck just down here was a teeny tiny little point. Now of course it's not going to let me look at it because that's just what it does. There she is. And that was just sitting on the surface there. That's enough of a little indication that somewhere upstream of here, up the hill, is where this come from. So we've had a feed and just sitting at the back of the car, just quietly not enjoying a durry because that's unpopular these days. And you just never know where they might be, do you? Where is it? Right there. Bullshit. Ah. There you go. That's cool. Needs hand for background. Can't focus on something that is nothing. Yeah. So, having done all that, we're going to head back over that way. We're going to chase the strike of the rock a bit from that last little pocket that we found over there and see what we can find. Oh, I've been filming this whole time. So, Taylor and her eagle eye has spotted a nice patch of white clay here, which just so happened to be full of little chips and chunks of very rough smoky quartz. So we've opened a little dialogue with the earth, as you can see there. Here is our little trail of white with lots of this rough smoky quartz. I can't see that lens screen very well, but hopefully you're seeing what I'm seeing. It's all very rough. And there's not much form to it, but we figured it's worth a dig. And as soon as I got the pick in, it's actually a bit of form. As soon as I got the pick in, it broke out into this powdery white, I suppose you would call it pipe clay. Ow, I just dropped my knee on something sharp. There's something about this white pipe clay, here and in other areas too, that crystals seem to form in one way or another. Now I've chased this way for a bit, I've chased it back towards me a little bit, and so far all that's coming up is more bits of rough smoky. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to dig this for, but I'm definitely going to chase it for a little bit. We'll see what happens. Yes, it's bloody hot. Funny the way this stuff works. There's literally smoky quartz just encased in the pipe clay. That's actually got a couple of faces on it, but it's still rough. This is the sort of thing I like to look out for, especially out here. Every time we've found fresh, sharp-edged, reefy crystals, never been far from this stuff. My 10 limit. my 10-minute filming limit on my phone just let me down, hence the sudden stop and a whole bunch of talking shit without actually filming it. But found a scepter. Hole has been getting longer, as you can see. And hello, bee carrying something? Or just, whoa.
Freaking big bee.
If you can see that, but whoa. I am your friend. Thank you.
No bite. No sting.
Seems to be getting more fruitful. I'm getting more bigger pieces of quartz. This is actually a big lump of quartz vein here. And that is a nice little scepter. Also, Tay gets a nice little scepter. That's the sort of thing we're looking for. And she's fresh, unworn. So that would suggest that this bit of reef here, might be the goods. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job on the camera today. Right away, Tay's little patch that she's working has started to produce some really nice pieces, and it's all in this bit of conglomerate here. Plop.
That's just a little face.
Yep. And plop.
Oh, it's double terminated.
Oh, very nice. Yoo-hoo. Nice little patch. Gonna try and get you guys in on the action a bit more here. Hopefully you see something pop out. There's one little plop. Hopefully you can see that. That's double terminated. Just a nice little, somewhat smoky scepter. But this is good. This is what we're looking for. Orogenic crystals. Oh, I'm getting very excited. Keeps falling apart. Whoa. Whoa. Like whoa. Whoa. Taylor says whoa. Let's check it out. There's a bit of whoa. Plop.
That needs a bit more scratching.
Yeah, it does need more scratching.
Still going.
Bit of whoa. Plop. Oh, that's definitely whoa. Oh, nice. I reckon there's going to be more where that come from.
There's its little shit where I put that there. That's its little other bit that was sitting beside it.
There's some big stuff around.
Yep.
That's cool. That's a point. That's a point.
Yeah.
There is point to this trip. Oh, shit hot, babe. Yeah.
Woo.
Nice. So little hole ain't so little anymore. And she's getting very hard down there, and we've sort of pushed in every direction, and I'm not getting quartz anymore. So I'd say that's about it for that little hole. I'm going to fill that back in. I'm going to move up to there in the shade where the other crystals were last time we were here, and dig another hole, because that's what we do, we just dig holes. hole in the ground. A big hole in the ground. So, seeing as though the strike of the rocks here runs that away, I'm going to try and dig a trench to try and intersect the strike of the rock and see if we can't run into another patch like what was here. Let's see what happens. Well, that was a solid little dig for not a single piece of quartz. No bueno. Well, I don't really know where that last video kicked off from. I don't know how this goes for the continuity of this week's episode. But I think we're about done at this patch for now. I'm man enough to admit that it's been a little while since we've done lots of digging, and I am getting a bit knackered. We've been at this for about 6 hours now, so I think it's time to do something a little easier. We've been for a really big walk. We went on a big arc out west, north, east, and then back around, and found lots of cool stuff like mines and stuff. But I think we're going to go for a drive now and do a bit of exploring and see if we can't find a new patch, one that we don't know exists yet. But we'll come back to this spot soon, I reckon, because there's more digging to be done. I am not finished yet. See you soon.
I think I know just what we need.
The hour's approaching to give it your best, and you've got to reach your prime. That's when you need to put yourself to the test and show us a passage of time. We're gonna need a montage. Ooh, it takes a montage. Show a lot of things happening at once. Remind everyone of what's going on. Always fade out in a montage.
And on that note, I think we might head back to the car,
Yep,
because I'm getting real knackered.
I'm pooped.
My beer is calling me. I'm hungry.
You have a long
And I
drive
think
home.
yes, and we do have a drive. So I think we might head back to the car and check out our collection and sign off for the trip. Check it out.
That's
Some
actually
really
pretty.
big, pretty stuff. Big stuff, little stuff, chunky stuff, smoky stuff.
Not stuff.
Some very nice little double pointed scepters. Some really pretty little bits and pieces that are going to make some really nice jewellery.
Yep.
There's that piece that I just found before
Oh,
that had a
yeah?
bit of yellow in it.
Cool.
Yellowy green. This could be a good spot to come back to for some citrine in the future. Check that out for a handful. Gotta be happy with that. Take two. That is what it's all about. A wicked day out the bush. We've basically explored an old patch that we've been to before. We've found lots of crystals there. We've sort of got a bit of a better idea of where to look and where to find the pockets and the more raw, unworn crystals. We've explored that surrounding area and confirmed there wasn't really much else around there. And then we branched out, explored a new patch, and we found a really nice new patch to come back to next time. So on that note, we are very satisfactorily knackered. Until next time, you have a good day, folks. We'll see you around. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, this is nice and weird.